Welcome to my kitchen. It's time for breakfast. I'm just gonna chop some veggies while y'all show. Whoop. It's clean, it's clean, it's clean. Don't worry about it. Don't you stress your pretty little face. Does anybody else feel like it's not possibly Thursday? How could it be Thursday already? This week has flown by. I am having a savory, yummy breakfast this morning. I woke up thinking, I want something savory and yum. Hey, Mallory. Hey, Carrie. Oh, the dog heard me say it's time for breakfast and he came downstairs. You think it's time for you to eat too? Because it's not. It's not. Hey, Faith. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Kay. Hey, Kim. Hey, Lois. So we are going to make Tex Mex Migas. Okay, so if you've had or you've seen me make, I can't pronounce it well. I always mess it up. Chilaquiles. Chilaquiles. Hey, Bev. Hey, Michelle. Hey, yeah, it is. It's Friday Eve. If you've seen me make chilaquiles, that is where you take crispy fried tortillas and then you soak them in a sauce. You simmer them in a sauce and then you put your scrambled eggs in it. But they've got to be simmered and they kind of get soft. Tex Mex Migas, on the other hand, uses strips or crumbs of crispy fried tortillas. And then you have peppers and onions, your eggs, salsa verde, and some tomatoes and cheese. So, hey, Cindy. Hey, Diana. Hey, Ruth. So I'm going to get these started. I'm going to use a second pan to cook my tortillas. I am going to throw a little bit, just a touch of coconut oil, like maybe half a teaspoon, to simmer or to cook these peppers and onions up in. I just need a little. I may even add a little chicken broth because I want these to be nice and tender for my liking. And two things you need to either make them nice and tender, liquid or fat. And I don't want to put a ton of fats in. So I may put a little chicken broth in here with my peppers and onions because I want them nice and soft. That was a Cubanelle pepper. You could use a red pepper for this. You could use yellow. You could use whatever you want. But I like Cubanelle peppers. They're my favorite right now. So that's what I'm doing. Hey, Margie. Oh, has anybody ever made this? Has anybody ever had it somewhere? Like on vacation in Mexico or Texas? Tex-Mex? Assuming they make this in Mexico, Texas. I can't get that. Mexico, Texaco, Tex-Mex. Has anybody ever had this? I love onions, and my husband hates it so bad when I cook them. But I'm just gonna cook a little bit, so it shouldn't be too stinky. It's just a little bit of onions, and I'm not really. Yes, you've had them both, Ruth? So good. I love Mexican food, you guys. I think it's probably my most favoriteest ever type of food. Shirley, we are making Tex Mex Migas. All right, I need to wash this frying pan real quick. This little one over here, because I'm going to fry. I meant to wash it before I went and hit live, but I forgot. So you can all join me in washing my dishes. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Jackie. All right, I'm going to fry my tortillas. And that's another reason why I only use a tiny bit. Same, Margie, same. That's why I'm only using a tiny bit of fat in my peppers and onions, because I don't want, I want to put fat in my tortillas. All right. Like I said, this is not traditionally how you cook up peppers and onions, but I like my peppers and onions to be tender. So I add a little chicken broth and let them cook down that way. That way they'll get nice and tender. Yeah, I just kind of Googled savory, satisfying breakfast. And this is the first thing that came up, Janice. And I was like, I like the idea of that. All right, these are 0 net carb mini tortillas. Okay. They are super low carb and they're low fat. There is 1 carb per serving, which is 2. I'm going to have 3 of these because that's all I have left. And there's no point in saving 1. There's 1 net carb per mini tortilla. I need to look into machica. Okay, I will. I'm going to cut these into strips and I'm going to fry them in coconut oil. Typically, this would have corn tortillas, but I don't want a crossover, so I'm going to use flour tortillas. But traditionally, it would be crispy fried corn tortillas. I should cut these in half so they're not quite as long. All right. My understanding of the picture I saw is these stay crispier than like in chilaquiles. I always pronounce that wrong. Chilaquiles. You gotta say it fast. Chilaquiles. In those, you get crispy bits and kind of soggier bits, which the soggier bits are just sounds terrible. Soggy tortillas, they're so good. So good. My understanding, what did I do with that spoon I was using? My understanding is they stay crispier in this. So I'm gonna do like a couple teaspoons here of coconut oil. That's what I'm gonna fry my tortillas up in. Ooh. What is it, Ruth? Is it a breakfast dish? Is it something I would like? All right, so this is a fair amount of tortilla strips. When they get fried up in coconut oil, they're gonna be crispy and delicious. Crispy and delishy. You know, the funny thing is, every recipe that I looked up for this, I didn't see any of them had any seasonings at all, except for salt. Isn't that interesting? I didn't see any garlic, onion. I mean, you could use fresh garlic and onion, but I never saw any seasonings. Oh, fun. Toronto. I've never been to Toronto. I've been to Quebec, but I've never been to Toronto. Up, don't you? I just lost a tortilla strip right in the flame. I'm gonna set my kitchen on fire with Mexican food. I don't want that kind of fire. All right, those shouldn't take terribly long to get crispy, and hopefully that's enough oil to crisp them up because they soak up the oil. All right, let that do its thing. Oh my word face. In your machica and your migos, you can use garlic and a pinch of cumin. That makes all the difference, and you can use more cumin if you decide. Okay, well, let me throw in some cumin into my peppers and onions then. Let me do it. I like cumin. And I'm going to do garlic too because I don't have any fresh garlic. Sounds good to me. It's funny though, all the recipes I saw, none of them mentioned seasonings. I thought that was weird. I looked up 3 different recipes. I thought it was bizarre that there was no. Whoop, I'm just flinging peppers across the room. That may require a little more fat. That is cooking out the fat quick. Yeah. How far are you from Toronto, Jackie? Yeah, I don't like the city a whole lot either. Hickory, where I live, is my kind of city. It's my kind of city. It's not too big. Oh, they're getting nice and crispy. Yummo. Coconut oil smokes so fast. Man, these things cook up quick. You got to be on top of it so you don't burn them. Turn on the fan. I got to turn off my peppers. I got too many things going, starting to burn. Don't set off the alarm for breakfast. Nobody wants a fire alarm at breakfast. It's a bad start to the day. Ooh, she's smoking. She's smoking like Cheech and Chong over here. Coconut oil drives me crazy. How quick it burns. This is not burnt, but see, can you see these? See how crispy they are? Yum. Just trying to flip them so I don't have any that are burnt to a crisp. I mean, technically, most people would deep fry these, but I don't want that much fat in my breakfast. All right, I think those are good, and my peppers are good, and the heat is off on all of them. All right, I think we're good. Ruth, this is salsa verde from Mary Malone. This is her Sweary Mary's salsa verde is what I have. And I had never had salsa verde before until I had hers, and I love it so much. I love it, and I'm going to use the rest of it today, and it breaks my heart. Thank you, Cindy. I love this. My favorite place in my new house. It's my favorite place in my new house right there. I love it. I love it. All right. Couple of eggs. I'm going to add a little bit of egg white, just a touch, because I just want a good amount of protein. Hello. That was so close. Did you see that? I saved that. We got invited to a co-op this week at Meredith. I don't dare. Aaron's never been in a co-op, but we did get invited. I just don't know. I don't know. It probably would be so good for her. She doesn't want to do school with other people. She likes doing school on her own. That would have been a horrible mess. It would have been terrible on my wood floor and my white counters, cabinets, I mean. All right. Now I'm going to put in, I think, I'm going to do this right. Turn my peppers and onions back on. I'm going to put my eggs in there and scramble them up. And my tortillas. Said you can kind of break up your crispy tortillas a little. Look at those things. Oh, you can't hear them. They're crispy. They're like crispy on the outside and soft in the middle. I'm going to put those in there. And it said you can add tomatoes. And so here's what I have for tomatoes. Listen, don't you judge me for this, all right? I have leftover refried beans from a can that I threw on top of my leftover tomatoes. I'm just going to slide those beans to the side for a minute and scoop out some of those tomatoes, okay? Because it's what I have, and I don't want to open a whole can for this. I just wanted a few. So I'm just sneaking out the leftover tomatoes that are under those beans. I stored them together because I was going to eat them together, but now I need them separate. Do it, Shirley. Make some Mexican. Nothing wrong with some Mexican food for breakfast. Do it, girl. Oh my gosh, this looks insane. That, I can't wait to eat that with my whole face. All right, let's do cheese. Okay, here's what I'm going to use for cheese. Folio's cheese wraps. I'm not going to have these as wraps. I'm going to peel them apart because listen, I'm going to recommend that nobody go to the store and spend $6.99 on cheese wraps because this is what will happen. You'll peel off your paper and then you'll go to peel the wrap and that one will come off in a whole piece. That is the first one out of all 6. I spent $6.99 for 6 thin slices of cheese. And do you know that is the first one that has come off in one piece? This is what the rest of them have come off like. Really? Kay? So I'm just going to use this because I need to get rid of these cheddar wraps. They're absolutely pointless. I'm never going to buy these again. So I'm just going to chop them up and use them as cheese on my breakfast because they are absolutely the worst product I've ever used in my life. That is the first one. It would have been okay if they were $1.99 and then they didn't pull apart, but they were $6.99, and that is the first one that's come off in a single piece. So, all right, that might be a bit much cheese. Okay, I'm gonna save that little pile there for the dog. He can have it. So, do people put sour cream on migas? You people that have this on your menu down south in Texas? I should have sprayed that pan a little. She's sticking. She's sticking like a booger on a paper plate. Am I supposed to put sour cream on this? My pan is looking all sorts of fun. Hot sauce or pico? Okay. I'm going to put hot sauce. I'm going to tell you, that is looking mighty ridiculously good. I'm going to put this. This is my salsa verde. I probably should have put that on in the pan. Mary Malone. It's all gone, and now I'm sad. Maybe that was supposed to be in the pan, but I don't know. And then I'm going to put Mary Malone's hot sauce. You know what? That hot sauce is delicious. It's got the best flavor, but it's not spicy. This is my new favorite hot sauce. This is Melinda's Ghost Pepper Sauce. This is what I like. So that's what I'm going to put on mine is some, hello, ghost pepper. I like it. Okay. Oh, it's so good, Susan. Looks pretty good. My tortillas are still kind of crispy. Look at this. It's all right. That's so good. That's so good, Margie. It's so good. Would you like some cheese? You want to perform for the people? Can you see the dog? Can you dance? Come on, dance. Dance with me, bud. Dance. Come on. No. Dance. Do your dance for the people. Can you take a bow? Oh, you're so good. Easy now. I need these fingers for life. Take another bow. Take another bow. Oh, that's such a good bow. Do not bite me. All right. Oh, yeah, girl. Let's get your day started on. Look at the cheese. Because I used that wrap, it came off in one big piece. That don't hurt my feelings any. Start your day off spicy. Okay. That is so good. Start your day off like a spicy quesadilla and ooh, that ghost pepper sauce. She's making my nose run. That is so good, though. Oh, Mary's salsa verde. It makes me happy. All right. Well, there. I'm going to go eat my breakfast. I'm going to make myself a big old drink to go with my breakfast because this is what I drink all day long. I have a coffee, but I want my favorite drink to get me through the morning. Big old glass. Couple cans of this. Usually I can balance that in there. Bassy always wants more. That's all he would do is eat if he were allowed. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Listen, we all like food in this house, but you're the exception. Cherry hydrates. Everybody says, how do you get the cherry hydrates not to overflow? You put it in one little pile in the middle, and then you just wait a minute. Don't go stirring immediately. If you go stirring your cherry hydrates into your seltzer, just trust me when I say it's going to go everywhere. Just let it sit for a minute. Let it marinate for a minute. And it will sink down in and it'll start to bubble up on the edges, but it's sunk down in, and then I gently stir like this. Not aggressive. There's no aggressive stirring needed. Just get it down into the bottom and then gently stir. See, it didn't overflow. There, now I have my favorite drink, my coffee and my migas. And I'm gonna go eat it. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't yet purchased my course, The Great Breakup, Sugar Doesn't Love You Back, you should get it. It's getting some good reviews. It's a great course. Also, tomorrow night, we are making dark chocolate creme brulee, healthy on plan dark chocolate creme brulee. If you haven't signed up for that, go to my website, joyfullifewithkj.com, click on the picture that talks about dark chocolate creme brulee. It should be pretty obvious which one it is because it has, you know, dark chocolate creme brulee written on it. It's $15 and you can join us, and it's a lot of fun to have cooking classes. In this one, I will be there. And it will be led by myself and Crystal, Coach Crystal, on the Joyful Life with KJ coaching team, and it's going to be so much fun. And one last thing is, starting very soon is Mindset March. Mindset March is a month that we take to really focus on what we think about our journey and ourselves. When we look in the mirror and we look at ourselves and we say, ugh, I don't like that. We take the month of March every year to really focus on loving ourselves now. Because trust me when I tell you that you can lose all the weight in the world and you will get to the size that you've always dreamed of, and you will still look in the mirror and say, I don't like what I see. You have to work on your mindset, and you have to love yourself where you are today in order to love yourself in the future. So we work on our mindset all through our mindset of, can I do this? All of that stuff. We work on it in the month of March. So that starts very soon. You can sign up to be part of my group for $89 a month. You can come and join for 1 month. The day you join, your membership starts, and you can stay 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 10 months. It's up to you. I have had people that have been in my group for 3 years. It's month to month. Cancel whenever you want. So if you want to come just for March, come sign up, and then a couple of days from now, cancel it, and you'll be in there for the month of March. All right, guys, I love you so much. I hope to see you as part of Mindset March, and I hope to see you back tomorrow for more breakfast.